In this video, I want to talk about string concatenation. Pretty much string concatenation is where you're combining multiple strings to create a single string. And you do that by using variables and assigning different values to those variables. For example, say we have a variable of x, and we'll just put the value of that variable is my name, Don. And say we have another variable, we'll say this variable is b, and we will assign 87 to this variable. Now say we go to print, we use the print function, and we'll say hello, and every time when you do string concatenation, and I'll explain more of this, you always want to use a comma. You can either use a comma after before you install the variable, or a addition sign. I prefer a comma, and I'll explain more of this as we go on. So we'll say hello variable x, and then we'll put another comma. Then we'll add another string, are you, comma, add the variable b, comma, and I'll show you the other way you can do this too. Years old. Now, if you print this, it says, hello Don, are you 87 years old? The reason why this is important, I'll show you, because first let me break this down. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Forgive me for that. So string hello. I added the x variable, which is my name, which prints out to Don. Are you b, 87 is our integer number, 87 years old. Now, the reason why this is important is because say you have different variables that you want to add, but you want to keep the same string. For example, like say you want to ask the same question to, we'll assign variable c, we'll put the name Sally. You can do the same thing. You remove the x, you assign the c, and I'll say, hello Sally, are you, I don't know why I had this R-A capitalized, are you 87 years old? So it allows you to add, you can keep the same string, but it allows you to add more variables. We even go like this, say D. We'll say, hello. We'll just make it a little bit more complicated. Hello. E. Are you D. Years old. And what we could do, we can just use all the variables. Print function. Use the print function. You will say D. We'll start off with hello, comma. Then we'll use my name, X. Hello, Don. Then we'll go on the E, comma. Are you D, or excuse me, we'll go to 87B, and then we'll move on to D. And if we print that, it'll say, oops, my mistake. You cannot have, I had two of the D variables. We'll change that to an F. You'll realize that too as you learn programming. It's a lot of going over your code pretty much going over your code and finding errors and fixing them. And say, hello, Don, are you 87 years old? So you're able to add more variables, and you're able to add different values, and you're able to combine different strings into one single string by string concatenation.